Good morning, guys. It is now day 6, so it is Saturday. So Saturday, all we really have to do is make sure that we get things dialed in, finalized, so we can take the car up to Pikes Peak, because we actually have to leave it there overnight, so then we can come back race day morning, get everything ready, set, good to go, and head up the mountain when it's our time. So today, we're going to talk about a couple of things that we're going to finalize, make sure everything's buttoned up. I know I've said that a couple of times, but there's always things that need to be fixed, always things that need to be rearranged or organized or changed to make sure that it's the best experience possible for Paul. So with that, we've actually got a really cool story about the clutch. I know you guys have heard about RPS brakes, and maybe you guys saw the episode where we talked about the RPS clutch. It's a really unique clutch, and I really want to tell you a cool story about it. So this stands for RJ8, which is RJ Jr. created this clutch, and this is actually 8 because it's an 8-inch. Even though it's interesting, this is a 7.5-inch ring gear that fits most race car applications. The reason why they went with an 8-inch, or the reason why that they didn't typically do a 7.25-inch, is because the longevity is not quite there, and they do wear pretty quickly. So the first application actually went into a Saleen supercar. So it actually uses that traditional 7.25 ring gear, and so they really wanted to see what they could do with it, because once they actually had it in hand, they really figured out how they could actually make an 8-inch clutch fit into the 7.25 ring gear. Because if you can see there, it is a triple disc clutch. And just for reference from my hand, it's pretty crazy to see how thick it really is. So for this clutch to be in a 1700 wheel horsepower Lamborghini twin turbo Gallardo, and then surpassing it because they originally thought it was only going to hold 1200 horsepower, really shows why this is ideal for the Enviate. So hopefully with that, we can have this thing power up to the mountain, giving the Stig a good victory up in the clouds. All right, so obviously we just talked about the RPS triple disc clutch. It's an 8-inch. Paul, what is your experience with it though? Because I know it's drastically different than some of the other ones from the previous Enviate and things like that.
Yeah, normally cars you get like racing clutches end up being made to be very, very light and be able to have a lot of clamping force and transfer a lot of power. That's the priority, right? And then you think of like a road car OEM type clutch, and they're sprung and they're squishy and basically they can't handle quite as much power, but they have much nicer drive characteristics. So when you're letting the clutch out, they don't chatter, or they aren't really grabby, or aren't like a little tiny narrow window, on-off switch, which makes you stall the car all the time unless you're, revving it up to $8,000 and dumping the clutch, which is what you do in a race car, right? So, so the nice thing about this clutch, as you could probably tell where I'm going with all this, is it strangely is like this triple disc carbon, ultra cool, lightweight, compact racing clutch, but it has very, very nice driving characteristics. Yeah. So you can pull it away very gently. It doesn't judder. It doesn't do any of that. And that's the other common thing, is you just get a lot of juddering with the clutch and the pressure plate just kind of slipping and grabbing, all the time with these. But this one has these really nice characteristics, and of course, carbon clutches has that advantage that they gain clamping force as they build heat. So kind of the harder you use them, the better they work, which makes them ideal in racing. And so I think what Rob's done here, RPS has done, is they've kind of, been able to put together a best of both worlds sort of situation and removed a lot of the compromise. I say Rob, it's actually Rob's son that did it, but
they've got 4 generations now of Robs.
It's crazy. I can barely handle one, so I don't know, but we'll make the best of it. But he does. I mean, obviously we have his brakes on our car, which are amazing brakes, and use them to great effect. And then now to be able to have an RPS clutch in the car as well, it just kind of gives me the peace of mind that he always does really quality products, and they stand up to the kind of ridiculous abuse something like the Enviate Hypercar Evolution can throw at a product, and that's cool. And then bonus, you get really nice, smooth engagement, disengagement characteristics and slip characteristics that let you drive it like a just a regular car heading to the grocery store. So win-win, right? Yeah, it's a win-win. So again, thank you for your information, because you're the man behind the wheel. We get to experience it through you and how it feels. What is the experience and all of that? So you being able to share that with us is a really, really big thing. So thank you for doing that. Always a pleasure. Thank you. All right, so we're here with Eric, and I remember yesterday we were talking about that we have to add supports to the front wing and the second, is that technically the second and third element? Second and third element, and the fenders. So what have you guys come up with to do that?
So I should probably first talk about like why we had to do that. So adding more downforce, activates against the wing at lower speeds. So what's happening is this thing called ground effect. So the closer the wing gets to the ground, the more it's going to suck to the ground.
Yeah.
And what we found at PPIR yesterday was that one side would get sucked down, it would essentially stall, which would cause an oscillation left to right. So what we're doing is we're adding some lateral bracing to reduce that effect. Now on the mountain, air density is a little bit less, speeds are generally lower than what we had at PPIR, but it's a good kind of belt and suspenders way to make sure that we don't have any additional stresses that might cause things to break on the mountains. So.
Yeah, helps a lot. So you guys, by the way, this is, if you guys can't tell by how easily I'm moving this is titanium.
035 3/4 inch, Dan.
Yeah? So how is this going to be kind of like placed and braced to...
I need to check the Cody exactly how we're going to do it. We're going to basically brace it to probably the nose structure, which is also titanium in here, to somewhere outboard of these guys, right? So basically just adding distance between that decreases the force that causes the wing to flutter a little bit. So.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for the update, sir. Yeah, because I was kind of curious, what you're going to do to make everything
it all makes
a lot more stable.
Yeah, it all makes sense once it's on.
All right, cool. We'll check in once we have it all put on.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you.
Yep.
As you guys can see, they've had an issue with the oil catch can. And Sean over here kind of engineered one with a water bottle. And it did work. It did work.
It's working.
It's working.
Working very well,
so,
I might add.
Yes. But what did you guys change and why did you guys go to this? So what did you do?
We had an issue of first not venting the PCV system properly.
Okay.
So then we came up with the vent from the PCV, from the valve covers to the oil tank.
Yep.
And then it would fill the catch can. But now the problem we have is it's coming out of the filter onto the engine, and then it smells bad, and Paul gets concerned, and everybody gets concerned, and then there's smoke and other bad things.
I was about to say, and it almost looks like it's on fire.
Almost looks like it's on fire, where someone might yell fire.
Yes.
Yeah, so now what we've done is, for race day, just get us to race day, basically, is the drain is always open. So it's just going to constantly drain down here, all the way down into our oil catch can reservoir.
Yes.
It's called that.
That's what I meant to say
more.
earlier. I said catch can, so my bad.
Catch can reservoir. So this is a coolant bottle off of us, who knows what. So it's good for temperature. It's not going to melt. We mounted it far enough away from the engine, and that's not going to be a concern. So then you can just easily remove the hose, and this will just pull out of here, and you can dump it if you need to. But we won't have to worry about that tomorrow. So that's not a problem. We're checking that one off the list and moving on to other more important things. More important, but important things.
Yeah, the one of hopefully not too many. I think you guys have been really kicking butt out here.
Yeah, we're going to go through right now, check the oil level in the oil tank for the engine, check the coolant, clean the windshield and get the scratches out of it and seal it and spray wax it because Rain-X won't work on plastic or Lexan.
No.
It just hazes it.
Oh, I didn't know that. Good to know. Good to know.
So it says don't use it on plastic at all. So we just have a spray detailer, like a wax, so it'll beat up and it'll run off. And we're going to go over the whole car and do spray detail the whole car before tonight. In the next 5 hours or so. We're
Something.
gonna do it. Yeah.
Cool.
And then get instructions for more fun arts and crafts.
Basically.
Hopefully.
It's funny because Cody always jokes about it, that, this is arts and crafts. It really is a big, ginormous thing of arts and crafts when you have to think about it. Isn't that right, Cody? Arts and crafts. So, yeah. So there's a lot going on. I'm going to try to kind of stay out of their way, but hopefully we'll keep you updated and we'll go from there.
So you've been super busy dealing with all the doors, the hinges, and things like that. So figured it out? Got it good?
Yep, we got it pretty decent now.
What do you guys end up doing?
So, got our little handle set up now, nice and strong. The other one that we had was a little bit too flimsy, even though it was about yay big.
Yay big?
So we kind of lengthened it, made it out of some thicker stuff, and we'll open this up real quick. So then, when we went out, what was that, Friday? Yeah.
Yeah.
Had to add this extra little carbon angle, so this would actually go in and keep it straight when you're turning it and putting it back in.
Sweet.
So, and then had to chamfer the edges where it slides into the door so that it actually locates itself. But yeah.
Sweet. Thanks for doing that. I know that was a big thing.
Good job.
He's happy. And just like that, we are now actually up at Pikes Peak because we have to keep the car here overnight. But it's funny, Brian forgot, or actually no, Brian didn't forget. We just did not have enough time to actually put on the titanium skid plates underneath the wing. So thankfully, we've got some really nice guys over here across the road from us that let us use their rivet gun, and they actually had a little compression tank so we could do that. So yeah, let's go see how Brian's doing this. How's it going, sir?
Oh, it's going peachy.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
On the concrete, drilling?
You know, just race car things.
Race car things. Let's say you're doing a good job there.
Oh, thank you.
Uncomfortable yet?
Where? Oh, I
In
was
the gun,
like,
baby! Go, go, go!
that's too efficient for me.
We just want to say thank you guys for letting us borrow that. It was really nice of you.
Absolutely.
I
Anytime.
was about to say it's helping us, you know, finalize part of the car. So
Anything for Cody in the supercar.
well, we appreciate that. Thank you.
I mean, after all, he's making downforce great again.
And we're trying. So we'll take what we can get. Okay, finally the car's up here, pretty much packed up, ready to go for tomorrow. How you feeling? We've had one hell of a week.
These guys did it.
Yes, they did.
Without
They did a
them,
good job.
We would be here. We actually made it. Like,
Yeah.
we think the car will work. Chris over here. So we've just got a lot of comments. They're just like, how are you here? How'd you do it? Like, I didn't sleep. Team no
Yeah.
sleep. So
Team no sleep.
we're there. It's ready. So we're gonna go get some dinner. Go get a team dinner before the big day tomorrow. Get some sleep. Get up here at 3 in the morning. Rock it out. It's gonna be awesome.
Go from there.
So
Cool.
yeah, we made it. I guess just a lot of hard work. So I knew it was gonna be hard work, but one major failure, like gearbox, axle,
Yeah.
anything, we wouldn't be here. Like last night with that hub failure. If those threads would have been really messed up, I don't know if we'd made it.
Yeah.
We would have. We could have welded it and recut the threads and all that, but I mean, it was that close, and that could happen tomorrow.
Yeah. I think that's one thing too that I said to, I forgot who it was, but it was like so many stars have to align for us to be able to be in this position to have the car here.
And then a million more need to align to hit a summit, and then on top of that, a million more need to align to get a good time.
Yeah.
So
Still not over, but
if the brakes work and if the car has been performing as it has been, we'll have a phenomenal time tomorrow, like sub 9.
yeah.
Yep.
Well,
So
fingers crossed.
all it takes is one thing to happen in the run, though, and it won't. If Paul isn't comfortable with the brakes, it's going to be somewhere in the 9s, maybe, upper 9s, whatever. At this point, it's data gathering here. We'll see what the engine does, test cooling system, go from there. But I'm pretty confident. I think the brakes are going to work. I think he's going to get it, and he's going to be just giggling again. So he'll giggle on the go pedal and on the whoa pedal. So
Awesome.
he's going to have a good time.
Cool. All right, sir. Well, we'll get ready and we'll see you in the morning.
Yep.
And
I think I'm gonna close it here, guys. This is the end of day 6. So a long road. It's been a long week, and he's not kidding. It's been a lot of work. A lot of these guys have done 24+ hour days for numerous days in a row, hour nap here and there, 20-minute nap here and there, and it's been really cool to see the support. A lot of people have been really supportive and saying,
Team no sleep.
Team no sleep. A lot of people have been really encouraging though, so thank you guys to everyone who has supported us, who's helped us with tools, moving things, stuff on the track, all of it, and yeah, hopefully we can make you proud tomorrow. So until then, we'll see you later.